Yo, yo, what up, y'all? This your boy Garrett Spencer. How's everybody doing? I wanted to make this video talking about five games that I found that I my five games that I have that I find to be scary. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the on the Super NES class mini classic. The game I have on there is Ghouls and Ghosts. Now, Ghouls and Ghosts, I remember owning that game back in years ago on the Super Nintendo. There's also a Genesis version on that game, but I never played the Genesis version. I find the Super Nintendo version to be better. But I happen to find that game, Ghouls and Ghosts, happens to be scary because number one, the music in the background, the way the game is played, the gameplay itself. It has good graphics and whatnot, but like I said, it has scary music, it has scary movement and gameplays, and just everything that goes on in Ghouls and Ghosts on the Super Nintendo is pretty scary. Like I said, especially when it comes to the big vulture that you fight on the first level before you beat it. That vulture is pretty scary, especially when he extends his head out to you to try to attack you, and then the way and his facial and the vulture's facial expression, the way he looks when he shoots his eggs out of his mouth at you. It's that's pretty scary too. And then he has a baby vulture. So Ghouls and Ghosts, that's not one of the games that I have that I find to be scary. Number two, so on the Sega Genesis, number two is Castlevania Bloodline. Castlevania Bloodline, this game is good, but also pretty scary too. I said the intro and the theme of this game is scary. The music has scary music in the background when you're doing levels. The monster's pretty scary. And this is one of the best. This is one of the best gameplays that you could even get on the Sega Genesis. Castlevania Bloodline. And like I said, I'm probably gonna end up playing this game really soon, probably next month, because next month is gonna be Halloween, so this will probably be like a all month type of game that I'll be playing for the next month. So when October hits, I will be playing this game. But this is definitely a game you guys want to get, and also find it to be pretty scary. So that's number two. Number three, you guys might not find this to be scary, but there is some scary parts in this game that I'm about to put up, in my opinion, and that is Global Gladiators. Now, Global Gladiators. Now, this game, like I said, there's some scary things in this game. There's some stuff in this game that I find creepy and scary itself. Number one, when it comes to the first three acts of Slime World. Number one, you figure the background, the thunder, the thunder. You could hear shooting in the sky, and also all of that slime. Like there's like little puddle of slime, medium puddle of slime, and then that big puddle of slime that just rolls real fast, like the river or ocean itself, as if it's raining hard and it's thundering and lightning. That's pretty scary. And then like when you're going to try to when you feel that when you think that you have beaten the level at first, like when you're running to the end to where you meet Ronald McDonald in this game, when the big words pop up, oh no, you got to get more of those little M's to get a higher score, like the little McDonald's sign, like you can see right here, like these little M's, like that represents McDonald's. That's pretty scary. That's pretty scary itself. Like when those big words just pop up on the screen, and then there's nobody there, then you got to go back and try to collect more of those M's. That's pretty scary. And then also the third level, I find it to be pretty scary. Like pretty scary itself, especially number one when you fall off of a cliff, and you go all the way down, and then you die. And then also there's like I said, there's the you see the factory in the background on the third level, and then there's that you could hear the thundering going on too. But yeah, those are two things that I find. Those are like a couple things about this game I find pretty scary itself. And also, like I said, back to the slime world. Like I said, falling in that big thing. Like when you look down, you see all that slime running. That's pretty scary and creepy though. I was never expecting to see that when I had this game as a kid, but like I said, Global Gladiators. Other than that, it's a pretty decent game. You guys should try it out and get it. It's also available on the Super Nintendo though, so definitely get this game, try it out. You'll figure out what I'm talking about if some of y'all don't realize what's scary about it. But that's number 3. Number 4, Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Zombies Ate My Neighbors. One of the best shooting games on the Sega Genesis. Another good zombie game. Remember owning this game years ago on the Sega Genesis, and also had it for a little bit on the Super Nintendo, but it got taken back because it wasn't working. But owned it a lot on the Sega Genesis. Me and my older brother used to get together, play this game a lot. I find this game to be pretty scary in some ways. I think the only part that I find, a few things I find scary in this game is number 1, well, the 4th level, the chainsaw hedgemen, the chainsaw guys on the 4th level with the mask on. That's pretty scary and intimidating. Just like the music in the background on the 4th level was scary, and the chainsaw guys are pretty scary. And it's like, you got to be careful because you don't know. One of them could be right there in front of you. Then you got to try to run around. You got to try to go back and run around. Or if you have to, for an emergency situation, use a bazooka to shoot through a bush. And like I said, thing about this game, when it comes to the bazookas, you don't want to use them too early because later on in levels that get harder, you're going to need the bazooka. So that's probably one of the top big guns that you're gonna need to save your bullets on. But I'll definitely be playing this game in about a month. But like I said, I'm gonna look up how to beat that one level that I was having trouble with, and like I said, I'm gonna look at it a couple times, and hopefully I get it, understand it, and eventually I'll beat it. Then we'll see what happens from there. But Zombies Ate My Neighbors is another game that I find scary. And also, then when you die and your game's over, then the blood drips down really, really slow until you see game over. That's actually pretty scary too. So, but this is a good game. You guys should get it. Zombies Ate My Neighbors on the Sega Genesis version, and it's also available on the Super Nintendo. So, definitely check it out. All right, number 5, last one, number 5. Don't really have the cover to the game, but on the Sega Dreamcast, Revenge Zombie, another pretty good shooting zombie game. This one is actually based off of an arcade. 2 players can play it, and I find this to be pretty scary too. I said the theme. The theme or the intro in this game is pretty scary. The music, some of the monsters is scary. And this is also another good zombie game because number 1, and another thing about this game, it's fully interactive 3D worlds. And I said 2 players can play it. You could shoot. You could shoot other zombies. You could use other weapons. You could also fight zombies too. And I think he knows a little bit of self-defense moves, but he could also fight too. So if you're out of bullets, and you could punch zombies. And another thing is, on the first level, for the first time I ever saw, is a zombie can pick up a gun and actually shoot you. So I remember when I was playing this back in 2014, and my stepdad came downstairs because my stepdad, he liked zombie movies too, and when it came to Resident Evil on the PlayStation 1, and then the movie, he liked Resident Evil, and then I guess this game also reminded him of Resident Evil, and it reminds me Resident Evil 2. It reminds me Resident Evil as well because, like I said, the difference is Resident Evil, your guy can't fight. He can only shoot. He can only shoot zombies. But the movement in this game in Resident Evil, they're very similar, and it's just more fun. It's more fun too. So there's a little bit of a difference in this one, but then when he said that but then he saw he's like, the zombie just picked up a gun and just shot you, and I was like, yeah, well, that's what I said at first when I started playing. I said, oh, a zombie just picked up that gun and shot me and tried to shoot me. It's like, wow. But Revenge Zombie, this is another good game to get. It's also a scary game too. As I said, it's available on the Sega Dreamcast. It's also based off of an arcade, so definitely try this game out for those of you guys that have a Dreamcast and still rolling with the Dreamcast. Check it out, y'all. But otherwise, okay, but that is all I have for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And so y'all know what to do. Leave y'all's comments and thoughts down below. Click that thumbs up. This your boy Garrett Spencer. You guys take it easy. I'll see you guys next time. And remember, y'all, once a gamer, always a gamer. Keep on gaming, y'all.